really doesn't matter what species of fish you're targeting or where you're actually fishing, the principles and the concepts are always the same. Find a place where the fish are, try and get them enthusiastic about biting, and then get in them and have a great day. One technique that we really do use to our advantage here in Australia, and people can use pretty much anywhere, is Berley. I mean, isn't Berley lead just the most fantastic thing in the world?
There is no denying its effectiveness in the sense that you can have fish scattered over a broad area. With Berley, you can bring them to you, you can keep them there at your boat or off the bank wherever you're fishing, and eventually catch more fish.
There's a classic analogy there too. People go down the pier and they say to me, oh look, should I Berley off of here? Oh, a bit of a fish there. The Berley's already working. They say, should I go down the pier, should I Berley? And I said, look, on that pier for the day, it might be 100 metres long, only 2 fish may get caught for the whole day. You want to bring those fish to you, zone them in where your baits are, and make sure that you're the lucky person that catches them. Now, Berley techniques are very vast, aren't they? I mean, there's so many different techniques, but a couple we're going to try today are quite simple. We've got some Berley pilchards here. You can see that they've got a bit of freezer burn, and I've actually put a bit of tuna oil over them before they've frozen up, so that when they hit the water, they'll start to thaw up. I've cut that. You look at that, that is just amazing. Got a bit of blood there, and you can see, I mean, it's a bit gory and everything, but when that hits the water, the oil just oozes off, and that sends out a big sign. It's in neon lights, it says fish. There's a bit of a feast happening here. So just cut these into cubes, and what we can do, whether we're fishing for little salmon and cooter here today, or off the continental shelf, targeting marlin, yellowfin, bluefin tuna, we simply get a cube, we throw it into the water, and we basically watch and wait until that disappears.
As it disappears, the next one. It will vary on the amount of wind and current that you have. Obviously, on a windy day, if you're drifting, such as we do out on the continental shelf for tuna, we need to throw a cube about every 5 seconds. Yep. But on a calm day, we're down to about every 30 seconds.
It looks so good, I might eat it myself. No, I better put it in the Berley tray.
You can have it.
And the trick is a little often, as Rex always says. Don't go cutting up this whole block of pilchards, just throwing it over the back. If there are fish there, you'll bring them in, they're going to feed. But Lee's got another deadly technique.
This is called a secret weapon. Berley cages come in many different varieties, from the humble onion bag through to contraptions that people make in their backyard. But this, for my mind, is one of the best for what we do in deep water that flows fast. With this, we open it up like so. Paul's kindly cut me some Berley pilchards. We just load the old bomb up like this, chuck everything in there, throw a few
little bit of
pellets in there, like so. Shut the lid like that, make sure there's nothing stopping it. That is a Berley bomb. What happens there, we've got a lot of current. If we throw the Berley at 20 metres deep, the fish we're fishing for are on the bottom, such as snapper and gummy sharks. We throw our cubes, by the time it makes it to the bottom, it's a kilometre from the boat. But with this, we can simply drop it over the side of the boat, straight down, keeps going down, keeps going down, keeps going down, and then we just give it a little jiggle, and if all goes well, we should pull up an empty Berley bomb. It works on the simple principle that as this goes down through the water, it causes no resistance. We're not losing any of our Berley because it's not falling out of a bag or anything like that. Hits the bottom, goes slack, the door folds open, the Berley just falls out, and our Berley is automatically under our boat to then drift away and pull fish into the area. So with that, we get a lot more fish.
And there's one other thing we do in Australia. It's called feeding the chooks. We call chickens chooks, and we pretty much feed them stuff like this. If you want to feed the chooks, grab a handful where there's not a lot of current, throw it over there. Those pellets are actually quite dense, like a few fishermen I know, only jokingly. They're dense, they sink to the bottom quickly, they then break down, they let the fish know that we're here. And if you want to put a beautiful little tasty morsel into that Berley trail, that's going to be the go, because the fish don't know there's a little pointy hook stuck in there. And if you were to put this in the trail, Lee, and just let it slowly drift down, it's going to look just like those pilchard pieces, maybe a little bit bigger just to entice the big fish. And when he comes along and eats this one, he's going to get a very rude shock in the shape of a chemical sharpened hook, isn't he, mate?
He